Alright, everybody. Well, I don't usually do videos on servers, but I didn't want to take screenshots, and I wanted to actually immortalize this in the YouTubian world. So this is my second video today. I did a slight IRL one of a combination of complaining and informing, and now I'm gonna do a quick little video on this. So this is the Poke Paradise server. I don't particularly try to advertise any of the servers I played on because, well, I don't particularly like them. This is a good way to waste time, and that's pretty much all it is for me. Um, let me explain that real quick before we get too into this. Um, these servers, right? They came out a couple years ago. They were a real big deal, and they're pretty much the definition of a fad. A couple hundred of them showed up, and I don't know if there's 100 of them, but a lot of them showed up. Tons of YouTubers did them, and Shmeeb was, the Pixelmon mod pack figurehead was, promoting it, and a bunch of different YouTubers were opening servers, and it was a fairly big deal, and it was a fad. Yeah, that's what it was. When as interest dwindled, the player base shrunk, and with the way some of the things are handled on their way some of the things are handled managerially, it's they're going to go under eventually, or most of them will die out. For instance, Poke Paradise. This used to have two servers, and they used to have probably about, on average, the main server probably had on average 40 players, and the other server on average probably had like 20 or 30 on a daily basis on pretty much any given time. It was that's a pretty good player base for a server. Now we have, and this is like decently peak time. This is like 5 in the afternoon. We have 20 people online, three of which are staff. Chromebook might be staff by now. I'm not entirely sure. I try not to get too into the managerial side of things. But here's what I wanted to actually show. I want to keep this relatively short like the last video because I actually have IRL stuff I don't have to do, but figure today would be an okay day to do it. So I built a town, so to speak. I have, I think, 6 residents. This is one of them. I built a smaller town inside of the kind of town. He's a pretty good builder, but he hasn't been on in a while. I think he built an AFK egg hatcher and got imprisonment. I tried to catch him. The last couple of days when I seen it there, I tried to see if I could see him online and warn him so he could get rid of it, but apparently they probably got to him first. So, yeah. This was somebody else. He built this. I've never seen him since. These guys are new guys. He might actually still be on somewhere. This is Mittens and his brother. Mittens plays his brother. I haven't seen in a little while. I don't like his brother's build all that much. He kind of just did that. But it's far enough away from the main town that I don't really care. I'm not one of those there super rule enforcing town guys. I was just like, be respectful of each other and whatnot, and I did tell Mittens to try not to claim like a giant huge area because he's building a castle on the property, and I was like, if anybody else wants to join, I don't want them to have to build 400 blocks away because we claimed all the areas. Granted, that's not completely fair for me to say because there he is, Mittens. It's not completely fair for me to say because I claimed a huge amount here, mostly because I was the first one here, but that's besides the point. So I did build this. It's a community mail center, as anybody, and building supplies. As any of my town people show up, I give them /trust here so that they can drop off mail or gifts and rummage the building supplies or add to it if they so desire, and some miscellaneous stuff. We did have a slight problem with having a huge amount of cobblestone, but between me and Mittens, we got rid of a bunch of that. Anyways, this is like the community mail center, and let's get to the piece de la résistance. Piece de la résistance. Uh, Here we go. This was my initial build. This is what I started with. The I'm not. I don't want to say I'm bad at building trees, but it takes me a while. So I tried to grow them to this appropriate size, and I eventually just settled on this because, first off, it's in real life. It's a little bit difficult to grow identical trees. Not impossible. People do it, but it I like this better. It's perfect imperfections. And then this is a lot of gravel and cobblestone. One, because it's cheap and easy material to get, and two is Whismer only spawns on gravel, or use Sweet Scent in the Extreme Hills biome. So I do the hunts a lot. So that is the whole idea there. That, and like I said, it's relatively cheap and affordable building material that there's always a ton of. And then I built this little wall thing. Oh, this is something kind of cool. I'm not good at this. The building the random mound there. I'm not good at that. But I took a little bit of time and actually put a little bit of elbow grease into it, and I actually built this. So I think it looks really good. I don't know. I didn't get rid. I got some second opinions, and they were like, "Oh, it's okay," but I can never tell if anybody's lying to me. So, I mean, not really, not in the game. So I was like, I think it looks good, so I kept it the way it was. This is pretty simply, it's a railway, and that doesn't spawn on your Pixelmon, so you can take it straight to my base. It's only so much of it is actually. Oh no, I did claim the whole thing, so nobody can mess with it. But you can use it to hatch eggs because it has, it's like a couple hundred blocks, and just ignore that URL, whatever he's doing. I don't particularly like that guy. Like, we used to be kind of friends, but something about him changed when he became a moderator. Now I just want to kind of punch him in the face. That's not fair. Now he's all right. I mean, there's not really an issue, but when he wasn't a moderator, we used to both build platforms and share each other. Well, I used his platform. He kind of stopped playing, but then he came back and became a moderator. Anyways, this will take you to my base and back. But let's get on to the better parts. So I built this. Let's get off the bird because I don't want too much given away. I wanted to do something to better define the roof, but I really can't think of anything without messing it up. So I kind of just wanted to leave it like this. You got a nice little, you can look over there, you can look over here, see some of the builds, go over here, and then, Now, almost all of this is claimed, but there is a short portion of the trail that isn't claimed, but, I mean, somebody would have to particularly be trolling me, and I wouldn't put it past some people, but they really wouldn't gain much from it. But here comes the newest addition. This is what I've been building all the days it's been raining. Da-da-da-da! It's a stone beach biome, so it's mostly for Dwebble and Shuckles for when hunting, for the hunts, because that's just what I do. A lot of the things I do involving this game is mostly the hunts. Hunting and breeding is what I do. But this is kind of like my last area. Like, I might change some stuff, I might add some stuff. It's not concrete. This is like the first draft. That area over there is pretty much finished, unless I do something with that roof. But this is like the first draft of this area. It's probably going to stay like this for the most part, because, well, this actually cost a decent amount, because I bought a lot of the stuff. Have to excuse me for one moment. This is an elevator for people that don't want to have fun, and this is my other way down. And then I built this little house thing. Not, I have a combination of like a lot of happiness and pride for this little build, but at the same time, I feel like I could have done better. But it is what it is, and I'm gonna live with it because it's not the worst job I could have done, but it fits in real nice, and I like it. I built this little garden area, waiting for the berry bush to grow for the final thing. I wanted a starf berry. I wanted a starf berry thing here, but all my starf berries disappeared. Mittens doesn't have one. One of the other guys on here that I kind of talked to don't have one, so I had to settle for a runner-up. I don't remember what it is, but it's the second one that I thought looked cool. So yeah. What did he say? Also, is my castle too big? I just want to make sure before I build it. It's cool. Just want to save space in case anyone new wants to join. I mean, it's not really that big, and he built some of it off the edge, so yeah, it's cool. How far out did he claim? Okay, so he just claimed the actual size of the thing. Yeah, I mean, I might even suggest that he moves into the castle after he's done building it, gives his brother his actual house, and then we give the cliffhanger house to a newcomer, if somebody doesn't want to actually build a house but wants to join the community. So then his brother gets a better house and he gets the castle. I mean, that kind of seems fair, but I mean, I'm not gonna put too much thought into it because that whole hillside's free. I think there's some areas here that are free. There's just there's still a lot of space for new people, and I anticipated a maximum of 8, people, and right now we have, if they log back on, this is the brothers, Stranger Danger, and Mittens, and me, and then there was Alita, if he ever gets back on, he'll get one. I have to put his name on a sign, and then the other guy from up there, and then there'll still be room for like 4 more. And I think that's what I'll cap the population at, because, well, I don't do well. I don't do well in big groups. We'll show off one last thing before I end this. He actually built Eledinen. I cannot pronounce his name. It's like Elidna. Eledina. He actually built this little hangout area, which is, I don't know how I feel about it. It's like kind of cool. It's really kind of cool. It's really kind of cool, but at the same time, I don't think too many people are actually going to find it unless they know it's here. I was hoping he'd log back on and do this area too, just because. But all right, that's gonna do it. I'm gonna edit these up, post them up tonight, or post them up before I go take the garbage out and stuff. So, thanks for watching, guys. This will probably be the only Pixelmon video I ever do. Oh wait, one more thing. This will be real kind of quick. I wonder if I'll die. I might die, but this will be real quick. One of the moderators I talk to on fairly regular basis, he just hides these around my bases. So you guys ever log on, you find them. I know where there's 2. This used to be that deep, but I filled it all in to minimize water Pokemon spawns, so more other Pokemon will spawn on land. Because like I said, having water Pokemon spawn here isn't a bad thing. I'm not upset about that, but I want to decrease the spawn cap for water Pokemon so I get more Dwebbles and Shuckles, because that's kind of like That's kind of the larger portion of why I did this. Well, that and because I have no life, and this seemed to be a reasonable way to curb the boredom. Anyways, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time.